guys, I'm collaborating with Witton Collection and their exhibition, The Institute of Sexuality, to talk to you about heteronormativity. What is heteronormativity, you might be asking? Well, the internet says it is the belief that people fall into distinct and complementary genders, man and woman, with natural roles in life. It asserts that heterosexuality is the only sexual orientation or only norm, and states that sexual and marital relations are most or only fitting between people of opposite sexes. Now, we all know better than that, but heteronormativity is not just a belief, it's an undocumented and institutionalized way of keeping marginalized groups of people marginalized and oppressed. And you can see it everywhere. Even if you are a really good LGBTQ+ ally, you can still get trapped by it, which I know I do far too often. Example. Hey, so do you have a boyfriend? No. Woo! Single Pringle, ready to mingle. Oh, well, actually I have a girlfriend. Oh. If you're still confused, you should check out the Transvengers comic. It was created by a group of 13 to 19-year-old trans people with the charity Gendered Intelligence in order to highlight different aspects of heteronormativity and relate it back to the Institute of Sexuality exhibition. I love this comic because it features some historical figures that I studied at university and also trans superheroes who can time travel. So let's talk about different ways heteronormativity can work. First of all, gender roles. There's a certain set of words that someone says when you're born that hold a lot of power and can determine a lot about the way that you're treated in the future. It's a boy! It's a girl! And that's it. If you're a boy, you do boy things, you're masculine and you fancy girls. If you're a girl, you do girl things, you're feminine and you fancy boys. There's obviously nothing wrong with that, but the harmful thing is that it's assumed for everyone. In reality, we have no idea. It's a bloody baby! And you may be thinking, well, actually, Hannah, we're a much more accepting society now. True, but why do we still see blue toys for boys and pink toys for girls? Why are there different fashions, activities, interests, school subjects, career paths that are considered either masculine or feminine? Gender identity. This has to do with how you feel on the inside. Do you feel like a man, a woman, neither, both, somewhere else in between? Awesome. You do you. But unfortunately, that's not what heteronormativity is about. The common misconception is that penis equals man and vagina equals woman. But there's so much more going on than that, and there's so much more to a person other than their genitals that makes them a man or a woman or whatever else. Also, what's in between someone's legs is none of your business. Sexuality. People who are LGBTQ+ come out in society because unless you do, you're assumed straight. Heterosexual is the default orientation. It's the norm. And that's stupid unless someone tells us or gives us clear signs. We just assume that everyone is straight. But being LGBTQ+ is just as normal as being straight. I can definitely see this kind of heteronormativity in my life because even though I grew up in a very liberal household, it was still heteronormative because my parents would ask me and my sister if there were any boys in school that we fancied. They would never ask about girls. Heteronormativity is always seeing a man and a woman together in the media, in TV shows, films, adverts, YouTube videos. It's also apparent in the way we talk about sex. The way that sex is defined by most people is penis in vagina, but actually there's loads of different types of sex that involve penises, vaginas, anus, mouths, other stuff. And just because a vagina isn't penetrated by a penis, it doesn't mean that it doesn't count as sex. It's still sex. So this has just been a basic introduction to heteronormativity, and I wanted to start a little project. Basically, whenever you see an example of heteronormativity, take a picture of it and tweet it at me using the hashtag heteronorm so I can find it. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to compile them all into a blog post to demonstrate how prevalent heteronormativity is in our society and try to combat it. Thanks to Witton Collection for supporting this little project. The Institute of Sexuality exhibition is still going on until the 20th September, so if you can get yourself down there before then, it's really, really cool. Thanks for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and let me know your thoughts on all of this mush in the comments. And I'll see you soon. Bye!